What is going on, everyone? Welcome to G-Ball Vision. Today we are taking a look at my most carried knives over the last month or so. Several things have changed, but a couple of things have remained the same. While we're getting started, you know what to do. Let me know down in the comments what you have for your EDC today. I love seeing what you guys are carrying. We're going to kick this video off with the Miguron Dromos. This is has become one of my favorite knives over the last couple of months. I've actually had the pleasure of handling two of these and giving one away. They are going to come in right around the $200 price point. We're looking at 3.5 inches of M390. They have coated and uncoated blades, and where that really matters is the coated versions are going to be 59 to 60 on the HRC, where the uncoated are 60 to 61. So if performance is something you're really worried about, then you could go with the uncoated. If it's not really a concern, then you have multiple options. We are looking at about 8.2 overall, so I consider this a full-size knife, and it is a great size. Feels good in the hand. The ergos are really nice. Love that swelling at the end of the handle here. It just fills my hand out very well. Full titanium handle. We have carbon fiber for our onlay here. That is infused aluminum carbon fiber. And then we have some milling texturing on the bolsters, both sides. Little pivot collar here on the lock bar side, and a nice milled titanium clip. Works good in and out of the pocket, and there's plenty of clearance in there. I think Miguron really provides quite the bang for the dollar. They just always seem to add a little bit to each knife. Next up, a lot of you will remember this knife. This is the Real Steel Hoft. I often make it a point to carry knives from the past, whether that's 2 months ago or 2 years ago. I'm very frequently trying to carry older knives, even though I'm checking out and carrying newer knives. I try to incorporate oldies but goodies. Not that this is very old, but it was a couple months ago, and in the knife world, that can be basically centuries. Now, the Hoft here is a more recent release for Real Steel, and it is by far one of my favorite knives that have come out in the last couple of years, and that's for several reasons. Now, they do have several variations. This one is going to come in right around the $300 price point, where my Carta variants are going to be down around $230. But there are 5 or 6 different variations you can go for, and they're going to be in a wide range of pricing as well. This is a lava flow fat carbon fiber onlay with a titanium handle. We're going to be looking at 3.3 of S35 VN, 3.3 inches, and it's going to be about 7.8 overall. So not quite in that full size range, but it is getting there, and it is a pretty damn good size. I love the two-tone blade here, and the different variations have different finishes. I like this one. This is my favorite variation, I would have to say. Beautiful, pokey, slicey drop point blade. Nice sharpening choil here. Dual thumb studs for deployment. The ergonomics are phenomenal on this thing. We have a little titanium backspacer here, and then we have a lower mounted titanium clip, and then we have the XMK lock, and it is a button frame lock style of lock here. Basically, we have, that's what Austin Fox relates it to, is a button frame lock. We have 2 posts or 2 plunges running into this piece of steel here, and another plunge going through the center of it, and that is locking it up via a spring in there, pushing that entire bar over to meet the tang of the blade, and has been very, very dependable, very strong. I've tested this knife many, many times, and there's absolutely no play with this knife any which direction. And I would love to see more knives with this lock. It is fantastic. We have a real detent in there, and it's unique, it's fun, it's dependable. I really want to see more of that lock and more from Austin. This is one of my favorite knives of the last couple of years, and one that I definitely have a hard time putting down. Next up, the unboxing for this should have went out within the last couple of days. This is the Olitins GO62. This is a newer knife for them, and if you're not familiar with Olitins, you can basically replace that name with Kaiser or Vastid, because that's who is doing the OEM on these. I would almost bet on it. These going to come in around the $60 price point or just under that. I do have a coupon code for their website, not for Amazon, but for their website, and that does knock a couple of additional bucks off of this thing. We're going to be getting 14C 28N steel on that modified sheepsplit blade. Very nice sharpening choil here. They have several different variations with different micarta and different blade finishes, and we have great spring strength with that crossbar lock. It works very well. Adjustable, but needs no adjustment right out of the box. It is very solid. The micarta is really well done. Nice micarta backspacer, deep carry clip, very Vastid-esque, right? And it is recessed along with the screws, and it is going to be reversible with a filler tab. And someone said, you mean raccoon? And yes, but no. I would take this over the crossbar lock raccoon, and I have the raccoon's brother here, and you can see there's one difference here between these knives. I know this isn't the crossbar lock one, but they make a crossbar lock one. And that big difference is going to be that backspacer, man. That changes the game for me personally. Now, I'm not talking about the button compression lock version. Vastid makes a crossbar lock raccoon with a sheepsplit blade, but me, I'm taking this one probably 10 out of 10 over the Vastid because of that simple fact. It just makes this more comfortable and a better user. Plus, you're going to be getting a little bit better price on these usually than the Vastid raccoon. I'm taking the GO62. I guess I'll have to look and see, but this knife possibly was on my last most carried knives list there in March. I'll have to look, but I think it was. The Tuya Wolf, guys, several different variations. These come in around 189 bucks, and you're going to be getting an absolute baddie right here, okay? We have a harpoon, recurve, tanto, dull ground blade here. This thing is beautiful. You have a hand satin on the flat here, and then on the swedge and the primary, we have a belt satin. It is absolutely stunning and has held up very well. I have used the piss out of this knife. We have oversized thumb studs here that work extremely well. Sharpening choil is all right, and the detent on this knife is stunningly beautiful. Access to the lock bar, or the liner in this case, very well done with a nice chamfer. And they have several different variations with micartas and just different handle materials. This has a titanium subframe though with a titanium backspacer, makes this very comfortable. And we have a titanium clip here. It's going to be right hand carry only. But you can see here, this is a great size. It's comfortable, very pokey, very slicey. This thing has not been up against anything that it wasn't able to just cut right through. Next up, we are taking a look at the Jack Wolf Knives Vampire Fix EDC. I have been carrying the snot out of this thing. Now, there are some available across different retailers. I'll have what I can linked down below in the description there. This particular version, you're not going to find it though. That is the True Blood Kieranite, and it is beautiful stuff. We have a satin DLC drop point blade, and that is going to be coming in S90V. Has this leather clip slip here that works very well. I love this setup because I can wear anything and still put this in my pocket or on my waistband. Whether I'm wearing gym shorts and I want to carry this thing on the waistband or down in the pocket, or if I'm wearing jeans or what have you, I'm able to carry this thing. Comes with a nice little lanyard and bead there. These are going to range around or be at $235. I believe it was a set price across the board, no matter which version you got. So that is one thing that they do over there. Doesn't matter which version you're going with, they are going to be $235. I believe there's wood, titanium, and other carbon fibers. I'll have what I can link down below, but if you want a premium EDC fixed blade, this is a great option. Next up, we're taking a look at the Kershaw Knives Kindred. This has been kind of my little beater as of lately here. These come in right around $56. We're looking at a very nice stonewash drop point blade coming in their D2, which they do very well with. We have oversized thumb studs here, nice sharpening choil, great button plunge lock. Very, very solid. I'll roll in some footage possibly, but I decided to beat the hell out of this lock a little bit and see what it could and couldn't take. And let's just say it took a very good beating. It was for science, okay? We do have a ZT-like, Kershaw-like pocket clip here, and it is reversible. So we have a ambidextrous deep carry clip here. Just a really solid little knife coming in right around the $55 price point. I would love to see this in a little bit larger premium version. That would be awesome. And maybe change it to a button liner lock or something. But either way, this would make a solid little budget user that is going to be dependable, and that plunge lock is an absolute beast that they did here with the Kindred. And sometime here early in April, they released the mini buckhorn from Katsuo and Carbon Knives. You guys know who watch the channel. I'm a massive fan of the buckhorn design from Ken Onion. This thing is an absolute badass, guys. The full-size version still has my heart. The budget full-size version, actually, the $150 model, but they have two different sizes, and there's three different variations. They have the mini, which is the new one here, and that is going to be coming in M390. They have the premium version in S35 and titanium, and then they have the full-size version that's in 14C and aluminum. I have videos on all of them, and they are all fantastic EDC knives. This has a beautiful blade shape to it, lends itself to be a great daily user. You can still poke and pierce, but you just have that nice little cant down from the swedge into the tip there. It just works really well. It's a great little slicer. Sharpening choil, plunge dies off back here. Plenty of sharpening life in there. We have dual thumb studs for deployment along with a rear flipper tab. It works very well. The action is phenomenal. The titanium is finished beautifully, contoured, double textured. I mean, everything you could really want in a knife. Milled tie clip. Nice titanium backspacer with an integrated lanyard hole there. Good access to the lock bar, and we have a chamfer there. Just a perfect little gentleman's carry and a nice knife to add to the collection. Next up, we're taking a look at the CJRB Lyrid, and this is a newer model for CJRB. These are going to come in right around the $50 price point, which is pretty damn good considering this is a new release for CJRB, and from what I gather, been very popular as well, and I definitely see why. This is kind of similar to the G62, but I wouldn't say it's quite on the same level. They are very close. I would still give the nod to the 62. It just feels... It is a little larger, but it just feels so much larger as well. But they are about $10 less, the CJRB that is, and it is a fantastic option. RPM 9, about 3.2 inches. Sheep's foot blade, going to be a great useful blade shape. I've ran this through quite a bit. The blue one I haven't really touched much, but the green one here, I've ran this through quite a bit. One thing I can say is it is thin, it is slicey, it cuts very well. Sharpening choil is all right for a $50 knife. We have dual thumb studs for deployment here. Spring strength in the crossbar lock is great. It's not adjustable, but it works really good and doesn't really need adjusting if you ask me. We have steel liners here, G10, that is textured. We have a deep carry surface mounted clip. It is reversible. This would make a great little $50 user in my opinion. I really like what CJRB has done over the last year or two. Without a doubt, the Concept Tipper here has been one of my most carried knives, and this has been very popular for Concept. They have 5 different versions, I think, of this knife, and they all are right around $175 to $180, and you're going to be getting Concept's new fit and finish. That's what I'm calling it, at least. This is a superb knife right here for 180 bucks. We're getting S35VN, a beautiful, unique blade shape. It's like a Tanto that wanted to be a trailing point, and it worked out very well. It was supposed to be a fun design based off of a custom, and it works. Let me tell you what, it's different, but it works. You can still poke, you can still slice, and this thing is an absolute tank. We're looking at dual thumb studs. We have a nice sharpening choil here, and all the handles are going to be titanium. It's just they have different finishes, and then the blades also have different finishes. This has the belt satin here with kind of the blasted belt satin up there on the flat. This looks really good in my opinion. It's just very clean. We have a nice pivot collar here on both sides, a unique milled titanium clip, right hand carry only. My only little tiny nitpick of this knife, I wish it had a longer backspacer up here to that ridge right there. Oh, I mean, it's great. This knife is phenomenal, guys. Milling to make it a little bit lighter, but if this had a backspacer, yeah, this is going to make it through the year as one of my favorite knives. But man, would that really have added an extra bonus point? But like I said, that is an extremely nitpicky thing to say. People who have bought this knife and reported back to me are, let them know what you guys think. Next up, we're looking at one of my favorite, if not my favorite knives to come out this year. I've talked about this one a couple of times in some live streams and in some various videos. The new Remet WK1 version 2, if you want to call it that. These are going to have a wide range in pricing and in variations. I think the cheapest variation was down around $350, where the most expensive was up around $405. But that's a heavy price tag. But I have to say, guys, there's a reason for that price tag. There's a lot of machining that goes into a knife like this, not to mention the materials. We're going to be looking at M390. We have this beautiful harpoon drop point style blade, a nice flat running through the center with a top swedge all the way to the tip. We have a belt satin on the primary and the swedge, and then a hand satin here on the flat. They do have a coated version, and I believe that is a true DLC, which is why you see the price tag up around $400. We do have titanium studs, if you will, and a rear flipper tab. The action is perfect, guys. Absolutely perfect. I have not been able to put this knife down, and it cuts like a dream. It's comfortable no matter which way you're grabbing it. Because of this full integral titanium backstrap, it just adds to the comfort of this knife. That backspacer is a huge deal, or this back plate, whatever you want to call it. When a knife has a backspacer or an integral frame, it just makes them very comfortable, and we have great access to our liner there with a chamfer. The action is beautiful. It's not loosey and all shitty. I mean, it's controlled. It's good. This thing is just, without a doubt, my favorite knife to come out so far this year. Look at all the space underneath the pocket clip there. It works very, very good. It's not too oversprung, and it works. Sweatpants, jeans, gym shorts, you name it, it's going to work in them. Texturing and milling all along this thing. Just absolutely love the WK1 from Remet. They have made a tremendous improvement over the last year. It is astronomical from where they were a year and a half ago to where they are now. And I'm giving a little bonus one here. This is from Reich and Couture. This is the Cybertrix. The unboxing for this is not out yet, but it is coming very soon. I had no idea there was a long period where this knife was not obtainable. And as a matter of fact, there is one version that is available. This knife is not cheap by any means. We are looking at M390 on that modified sheepsplit blade. It is dual ground. We have these titanium quote-unquote studs, if you will, and then we have a full titanium handle, backspacer, and pocket clip modeled off of the Cybertruck, I believe, or intended to be modeled after that. And I'd say pretty good job making a knife from a truck. And we do have a liner in there for our locking mechanism. You can get to it pretty easily. It protrudes out. It's done pretty well, and the action is superb on this thing. If you're looking to add a premium, unique collectible to your collection, then this would be a great option. If you're not looking to do that, this would not be a great option because they are expensive. Could you get this and use it as an EDC and, use it as your daily cutter? You sure could. But that's not that's not who buys this type of knife. This is a collectible type of knife. They're expensive. They're really well done. But you're going to also pay for that. Reich and Couture, they have one of the best catalogs of EDC gear in the industry, in my opinion. Definitely recommend going and checking out their website. You guys will have to let me know what was your favorite knife from today's video. I always look forward to hearing from you guys. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. And if you have someone in your life that you could share this video to that loves knives or gear or is getting into EDC, love to have them on board. If you are new here yourself and you enjoy knife and EDC content, you're in the right place. Make sure you subscribe, ring the bell. That'll notify you when I do release new videos. I'd love to have you here. I'll pop up a couple of new videos. Go check one of them out. Have yourself an awesome day. Thank you all again for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.